In the ever-changing world of power relations, one rule stands out as a wise guide. Law 20 from Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power. This rule, which says, "Do not commit to anyone," holds priceless lessons for understanding and dealing with the complicated ways influence and authority work. Let's look at 3 strong reasons why grasping and using this rule is so important today. Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power is a timeless resource for those wanting to understand the complex back and forth of influence and control. Among its many pearls of wisdom, Law 20 shines brightly, urging people to keep a strategic distance from commitments. This rule, while seeming to go against common sense, offers deep insights into keeping freedom, avoiding manipulation, and protecting one's position in the hierarchy of power. 1. Keeping independence and flexibility. Charles Maurice de Talleyrand-Périgord, known for his skill in navigating turbulent political waters, embodied the art of keeping independence and flexibility during the chaotic French Revolution. At first a clergyman, Talleyrand cleverly shed his church ties to align with the changing tides of revolution, shown by his taking of the constitutional oath in 1790. However, Talleyrand never fully pledged loyalty to any one faction. When the Reign of Terror swept through France, he wisely retreated to safety and exile in the United States, a calculated move to avoid getting caught up in the ruthless schemes of the time. His strategic aloofness protected him until a better moment came. Returning to France, Talleyrand skillfully positioned himself within Napoleon Bonaparte's inner circle, offering invaluable advice as the emperor's foreign minister. Yet, he remained wary of complete commitment, keeping some separation that ensured his survival beyond Napoleon's eventual downfall. Even amid the restoration of the Bourbon monarchy, Talleyrand's adaptability continued to serve him well. By refusing to tie himself to any single master, he kept his influence and navigated the turbulent currents of French politics with skill. His intricate movements through shifting loyalties exemplified the importance of strategic detachment in achieving personal goals amidst the volatile landscape of power dynamics. 2. A shield against manipulation and exploitation. In the intricate landscape of power dynamics, the principle of calculated indifference emerges as a potent strategy, reminiscent of the age-old saying, "Keep your friends close and your enemies closer." This idea advocates for a poised detachment towards alliances and affiliations, skillfully hiding true intentions behind a veil of mystery. By adeptly navigating this approach, individuals not only maintain a safe distance from adversaries, but also cultivate an air of accessibility, all the while keeping the upper hand of unpredictability. Echoing Law 20's advice to avoid entanglements, this strategy enables individuals to safeguard their autonomy, facilitating swift adaptation to changing circumstances and the seizing of opportunities without being trapped by obligations or loyalties. Moreover, it serves as a robust shield against manipulation and exploitation, granting individuals the freedom to assess situations with clarity and safeguard their own interests. Illustrating this strategy's effectiveness, the actions of George Washington during the turbulent years of 1793 provide a compelling example. Faced with mounting pressure to align with either Britain or revolutionary France amidst their escalating conflict, Washington astutely recognized the danger of entangling the young United States in European affairs. Despite fervent lobbying from domestic factions, including the influential voices of Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson, Washington remained steadfast in his commitment to neutrality. In a bold move, he issued a proclamation of neutrality, affirming the nation's impartial stance and refusal to engage in armed conflict or forge permanent alliances with either belligerent. Though met with protests and strained relations with both Britain and France, Washington's resolve proved pivotal. By avoiding entanglement in the Napoleonic Wars, the United States preserved its autonomy and emerged unscathed. paving the way for its future rise as a global power. In essence, Washington's strategic neutrality exemplifies the potency of calculated indifference in navigating complex power dynamics. By shrewdly maintaining a balanced distance from competing forces, individuals and nations alike can shield themselves from manipulation and exploitation, ensuring the preservation of their autonomy and the pursuit of their own interests in a competitive world. Three, preserving power and influence. Preserving power and influence requires a delicate balance of adaptability and opportunism, as demonstrated by the intricate strategies employed by both Cesare Borgia and Isabella d'Este in Renaissance Italy. Rather than tethering themselves irrevocably to any one entity, they embraced a philosophy of cautious maneuvering, leveraging their autonomy to navigate the complex web of power dynamics with finesse. In the face of Cesare Borgia's ambitious expansionist agenda, Isabella d'Este, the Marchioness of Mantua, found herself in a precarious position. She recognized that outright defiance could invite Borgia's wrath, while complete capitulation would compromise Mantua's autonomy. Instead, Isabella deftly employed diplomacy as her tool of choice, walking a tightrope between compliance and resistance. Isabella's approach was multifaceted. She dispatched envoys bearing gifts and flattering words to Borgia, subtly acknowledging his authority while simultaneously buying time and keeping his ambitions in check. However, she refrained from fully committing to his demands, maintaining a cautious distance to preserve Mantua's independence. Simultaneously, Isabella worked to bolster Mantua's defenses and forge alliances with other Italian powers, strategically creating a counterweight to Borgia's aggression. This meticulous cultivation of alliances and fortification of defenses ensured that Mantua remained a formidable force in its own right, capable of withstanding Borgia's advances. Isabella's prudent refusal to be ensnared in Borgia's volatile ambitions ensured the survival of Mantua, even as Borgia's fortunes fluctuated. Her masterful navigation of this treacherous political landscape exemplified the wisdom of avoiding permanent commitments that could jeopardize her principality's sovereignty. By embracing adaptability and opportunism, Isabella preserved her power and influence, emerging as a formidable figure in Renaissance Italy. In summary, Law 20 advises against committing too deeply to anyone to keep independence, avoid manipulation, and preserve power and influence. It's important because it equips individuals with the flexibility and foresight needed to navigate complex social dynamics and protect their own interests in various aspects of life. However, it's essential to use this rule with care and tact, as too much detachment can also lead to isolation and mistrust. If you're tuning into this video till now, it shows you're someone who loves seeing things through to the end. That's awesome, because finishing what we start isn't always easy. So, big congrats to you for that, because most people don't finish what they start. Now I've got something important to share. We're currently accepting donations in the form of subscriptions to our channel. It won't cost you a dime, but it will mean the world to us. Your subscription fuels our confidence and motivates us to create even better content that can genuinely help people. So, if you believe in what we're doing here, hit that subscribe button and join our community. Together, we can make a real difference. Thanks for your support.